What's up, everybody? I'm gonna wait for everybody to come in. Give them a little time before I start, just to make sure everybody on cue. I hope everybody. Nah, I ain't gonna say I hope, because I ain't really a hoper. I know everybody out there doing fine, man. I know everybody out there doing good. I know it's a lot of stuff going on. I know it's tensions rising. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of people flipping out. Now we got this type of man. Don't worry about that. You fine. We all fine. We are about as fine as we was yesterday, the day before. So I don't want nobody tripping out about necessarily what's going on. I don't want nobody necessarily flipping out. You don't need to be out there protesting. Stay at home with your family. You need to right now is the time to really gather yourselves and hey, what's up? Peace to you also. Oh man, hey, how y'all doing? I hope y'all, like I said, y'all better be having a good day, because this conversation is about to go south. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. What's up? As soon as I really get into what the topic is about, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. But I guarantee you nothing I say gonna be a lie. So here's what it is, man. Like I said, give me a few minutes. I'm just letting a few more people gather in. Let a few more people, and that's the one thing I hope that people learn from me is, hey, how you doing? Like I said, y'all really gonna enjoy the night after this one, man. Y'all gonna enjoy the night after this one, cause this gonna be a eye opener. Notice they say eye opener. They don't say eyes opener. We're not talking about this eye. This gonna be an eye opener. It's gonna open all this. Hey, what's up? Is the signal good, man? Let me know. All right. Man, yeah, basically. I don't hold nothing back, man. Like I said, if I can keep it real with myself, I can keep it real with you. If I can't keep it real with you, then there ain't no need for you to be around me. Period. Our energy ain't the same. Alright. It seemed like it's enough people in, so I'll go ahead and get started, and everybody else that just wasn't here or just catch on later, they'll catch on. Hey, everybody, man. Shalom to everybody. Peace to everybody. Ashe to everybody. Whatever you say, if you're Muslim, Islam, all that, man. Because like I said, we going through all of it right now, and I don't have no problems with nobody, man. So, appreciate it. Man, I love y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, man. The support is amazing. All right, so let's get down to business. Learning how to think versus what to think. You're about to get into my mind right now. So as you get into my mind, don't judge me for none of my thoughts. Don't judge me for being real with you. Don't judge me for being truthful to you. This is how I woke myself up. A programmed person cannot deprogram someone. Only a deprogrammed person can do that. If you ask me what's the best teacher in life, I will tell you firsthand and foremost is experience. Because somebody can tell you about their experience, about what they went through with a certain situation, and somebody can also tell you about what they went through with a certain situation, and they can have two different points of views on the same situation. How do you come to that conclusion? Their experience. For instance, white privilege. We're going to all go there. I'm not going to stay on it long, but I'm just giving you an example. Some white people don't understand what white privilege is because they've never been treated like anything else besides white. Some black people get pissed off about white privilege because we see it going on, yet there's nothing we could do to stop it, and there's nothing we could do to get in it unless we start talking white, dressing white. You know the case, the situation, and it's nothing against white people. Like I said, I know that there's some good people out there in every race. I have nothing. I'm more so a test the spirit kind of dude. I'm not gonna judge you right off the back. I'm gonna pay you the respect that I pay the next person that I love, and I'm gonna let you hang yourself. Basically, that's just the reality of it. If you hang yourself, that's on you. Don't get mad at me. Now, learning how to think versus what to think. This is my experience of life. And you could teach this to your children, man. Like I said, my child gonna be more intelligent than me by the time she turned 5, I guarantee you. Just because I'm instilling everything. I don't care about buying her everything in life and getting her all these things I wish I would have had. I'm gonna teach her everything I wish I would have known at her age. Because see, that's the beauty of life, right? I said her age, right, as if I know what her age is. Think about what I just said. I don't even know how old my daughter is. I don't know how young she is. I don't know how old or young I am. You don't know how old or young you are. You know what someone told you. But if we were to go just, I say about 500 years back, you would probably be a little older or younger because the calendar was different. A lot of people don't know that. You got the Gregorian calendar that we go by now, and it was established in, I think, the 1500s. So you have to understand that your age will be different based on the time periods of who's running the kingdom that you're living in. So you're technically not the age you are. You're the age that they tell you to be, which is a lot of people at your age. Stop. In order to know everything, you must first realize that you know nothing. Knowing everything means that you know nothing. Because when you know nothing about it, it then inclines your mind to want to learn about that specific thing. So therefore, through your experience, you therefore learn what you are about to speak about. You therefore learn through your experience, hey, no, this can't be right. Through your discernment. Everybody has discernment. Everybody. Knowledge didn't just start on this planet when they start creating books. Books didn't even exist until the printing press exists. Think about that. So you telling me people didn't start getting smart until the 1600s? You telling me just there's been a bunch of dummies that lived on this planet before Americans? That's what you're telling before the English language existed. Because every book you read, I don't care how much truth you think there's in it, there's lies in it too. Because every book is nothing but a man's opinion. Because a man had to write it. That's why you are able to read it. Just like right now, what I'm speaking right now was my book. I don't have to write anything down. It's a motion picture. You entering in my world. I'm taking you on a journey right now through your own life. I'm helping you understand you by letting you know that you don't know nothing about yourself. So how can you speak on anybody else in this planet? How could you speak? And I don't mean just how could you speak on any other person? How could you speak on a bird? When ain't no bird ever told a human, hey, I'm a bird. What bird? I can find 1,000,000 books of American people that wrote about birds, right? Show me one book that a bird wrote to us. So therefore, what I'm saying is everything that man has wrote about birds, I'm not saying that it's not true. What I'm saying is we have not been verified of any of that information. So it's just speculation from what we think and what we observe about that creature which we call bird. Notice there are a lot of birds out here. You just categorize every creature that you've seen flying with wings as a bird just because another American or Englishman or a book told you, oh, that's a bird. This is a blue jay. This is a cardinal. We got all these names. This is a parrot. We got all these names, right? What bird ever told you anything besides tweet, 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 tweet? If anything, I call them tweets. That's what I hear from them. Chirp, chirp, chirp. I call them a chirp. Why not call them what they told me? When did a lion ever say, what's up, I'm a lion? When did the bear ever say, hey, I'm a bear? When did the fish ever say, hey, I'm a fish? When did the tree, I'm going to go deeper than even species. When did the tree ever say I was a tree? When did the sky ever say I'm the sky? When did the sun ever say I'm the sun? When did the moon ever say I'm the moon? When did the stars ever say I was a star? You see what I'm saying? Just understand why and a lot of things that we do as humans, we have ego. See, our ego of what we read or heard from somebody else gives us the pride that we have inside to think we know what we are talking about. But the only person that can tell you don't know like what you're talking about is another person that stepped out of the realm of believing everything. Titles, exactly. Titles is a person who stepped out of the realm of believing in titles and anything man-made. Until I hear that creature speaks for itself, I don't believe nothing you say about it. Until I heard God come to me and say, I'm a man, I'm a woman, my name is God, my name is... You can't tell me nothing about the one that created me because it put me here to find it once again. So I'm on my journey to find my creator. I'm not on a journey to find the creator that somebody else worshipped at one point in time. I feel like if God didn't give me its name, its gender, its anything, I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm not saying what people have said about it is not true. What I'm saying is that's not the ultimate creator, because the creator created you to be a personal book for itself. You are a walking, I don't even really know what to say it. You know what I mean? I don't even know what to call it. Like, listen, If I'm talking to a Christian, I'm a Christian. I become a Christian. If I'm talking to a Hebrew, I become a Hebrew. If I'm talking to a Kemetic person, I become a Kemetic. If I'm talking to a Muslim, I become a Muslim. If I'm talking to a child, I become see, you transform. These are all forms of living. These are all titles. No one is the perfect American, but you can be taught how to be the perfect American, right? By learning from what someone else already said the American way is. The same with any other culture. I don't believe nothing at the end of the day, unless I hear it myself. I give the respect. See, people think they respect God, but I put it in this form. If we're made in God's image and likeness, right? And you died, let's say you died tomorrow, and I made a book about you. I never met you. Yeah, dude. You know what, Joseph? I'm going to be honest. It do sound like the devil speaking. You know what? It also sounds like God speaking, and you've never heard God or the devil speaking. So the fact that you can assume that I am that which is the devil speaking shows me that you already have a mindset of what not to know and what. See, you came into the wrong video because I'm teaching you how to think. You've been taught what to think, and you're a prime example of exactly why I'm making this video. You got the devil in you too. Name one day you ain't never did nothing negative. You had a positive life your whole life from the day you was born, Mr. Perfect. You God? Come on now. You ain't never did nothing negative? You ain't never gossip about nobody, huh? You ain't never celebrate none of these old racist traditions, huh? You ain't never fought anybody, huh? You never thought a negative thought, huh? You never lusted for anybody your whole entire existence in life, Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect. See, I embrace the devil inside of me, and I control it because I understand that one exists inside of me. But I also know if a devil exists inside of me, therefore God also must exist inside of me. So understand the difference. Understand the difference. The devil is the lower side of me, and you just took me there. But I'm going to take myself back up to the higher side of me and get back to the people that's actually here to hear me speak the truth and not going to judge me on whether I sound like the devil or sound like God, because let's be true. You never heard neither one of them speak. So how do you know what they sound like to know that I sound like either or? Where you at? Yeah, he a hater, man. I know we going to have him. Right. We got Mr. Perfect, never sinned a day in his life. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to show you exactly what a devil is supposed to do when the devil's talking to them. And I'm going to actually acknowledge you for a second, which I just did. And now I'm going to show you the God in me by ignoring that you even exist. Holla. So back to what to think versus how to think. Y'all got to understand. Everybody go around here telling people you sound like this, you seem like that, you look like this. How do I look like something that you basically don't even know what it is? You see what I'm saying? Everybody watching this video, let's say you got a child, right? You named your child, right? Does that mean that's what your child is? Does that mean that? No. You said you taught your child how old they were from the day that they started when you could see them. But you didn't take into consideration that they existed within your womb for a nice amount of time before they even came out. And let's get even deeper, because a lot of people don't think that everything that's in the universe is within us. We don't think that we can live underwater, yet you just spent 9 months in your mother's womb in nothing but water. So how did you not have some type of reptilian in your blood? How do you not have some type of other creature or species within your genetic decoding? Coding, I say. Forget that. Your hands are a web. This is a web. This is a web feature. You might not like it, but this is a web. The only thing missing from this with your evolution is these little peaks. Those little peaks. If you look at your hand deeply, you got scales in it. Just like a reptile. Just come on now. Let's be real. Like a leaf. You got veins, all that. You think you're different. When did the water ever say, hey, I'm water? That's life to me. When did the tree ever say I'm a tree? That's life to me. Because without it, we don't have no oxygen. It's just point blank. I don't have to name it just to respect it, because I respect it for what it is, not what it's called. I respect it for what it does, not what I think it does, but what it proves to me it does. Therefore, I actually pay my creator the ultimate respect it deserves, because I'm trying to take the time to learn this versus assuming I already know this. Because when you assume you already know what a tree is, you learn nothing about the tree. And you utilize the tree in ways that you were never put here to utilize the tree. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The creator is everything right. I don't say that's a bird. I say that's God flying in the sky. That's the creator flying in the sky. That's the creator in another form of life. Just like I'm the creator in another form of life. People call me Frank. People call me Frank Burrell. I don't care if I change my name. I can keep, because at the end of the day, I know that I am not my name. I know that I am not my name. I know that I am not the person that you see. I know that there's an outer me and there's an inner me. I know where there is information, there's outformation. Where there is intellect, there's outtellect. We can't just always think within. Things are without also. People say the sky is the limit. Okay, what's above the sky? Why don't you try going above the sky? Why stop where another person told you to stop? Because the sky is not the limit. The sky is the barrier. You ever thought about that? The sky is a barrier. That's like saying the waves are the limit to the ocean, right? So the water stops at the waves, at the top of the waves? Or is there, it doesn't go deep? There's nothing under the ocean? There's nothing under the sea level? Sometimes we don't think. We think we need to learn, we think we need to go to school. Thank you. And like you said, thank you, Vino. I'm not only intelligent, I'm outintelligent, because everything that I got up here didn't come from somebody else's book or opinion. It came from my experience of what I observed. See, that's what consciousness is about. It's about being aware. People make consciousness about, oh, I know the most this, I know the most that, right? This is how you know they're not really conscious. That's the same way a person go to school, right? And I get all A's in my class and you get all F's. So I just assume you're a dummy and I'm smart because I'm a good little slave. And I learned, they didn't tell you how to think. They taught you what to think because they give you an A, B, C, D choice answer. And if you actually go outside of those answers or something that could be correct outside, they'll look at you like you're crazy. Because you're supposed to just learn what we taught you. You're not supposed to know more than what we taught you. The same with these conscious folks. They have a problem, just like a lot of us. It's a program problem. So I don't blame the program. I blame the programmer. Notice that. Listen to what I just said. I don't blame the program. I blame the programmer, because I was once programmed too. And I know I didn't choose to get programmed on my own. It wasn't my fault. I learned this stuff by default. By default. I was born into this. This happened before I was born. So I took the programming of myself and I unprogrammed myself. And I went back to unprogram others because I realized, damn, that must be my journey. That must be what I went through all that for. I'm 29. Hold up. According to America's standards, I'm 29 years old. So it took me 28 years to get this far. And I'm still not done, because I believe the day that I'm done, I probably won't be here anymore. Period. That's just the reality of it, because I perfected myself. See, we're here to perfect something. A lot of people think they can find the creator in a book, right? You got a million books on God, right? Yet God got a million creatures it created and a million things it created and placed around you every day that actually does something every second of the day. And you'd rather not learn from that? Why would I learn about the creator from what another man said when I could learn about the creator from what the creator said? See, when I look at a woman, I look at beauty, because that's something that the creator said. The creator created this creature. And if it didn't change anything on the creature, therefore it felt like this is what I wanted you to look like. Forget what you wanted you to look like. Forget what America wanted you to look like. Forget about all the weaves. Forget about all the makeups. Forget about all the man-made things that you use to help you feel better for yourself. Understand that you were given everything that you need from the day you were born. You were given it. And what makes it so special is not because everybody else wants to have hair like you. It's not because everybody else wants to talk like you. It's not because everybody else can dress like you. It's the fact that you are the only you on this earth. In this earth, I'll say that. You are the only you, not your name. Many people might have your name. Many people might have that same shirt you're wearing. Many people might have the same hairstyle you got. Many people might have the same grill you got. Many people might have the same tattoos you got. Many people might have the same car you got. But at the end of the day, only you got your nose. People might have a nose structure just like yours, but only you got your nose down to the T because you never measured yours to realize yours has a specific dynamic to it that no one else on this earth has. Your teeth, see, I don't care about getting braces and that. People always ask me, man, stop. I'm perfect the way I am. You can't make me feel uncomfortable about myself because I'm already comfortable with myself. So therefore, it just shows me that you are uncomfortable with yourself. When you have to come at me and feel like you have to bring me down because I'm on a high horse, because I don't find flaws in myself. I don't. I accept myself as I am, and I know that I can be greater. So I just push towards that. I don't think about my defaults. I don't think about my faults right now. That's what you think my faults are, but you're not living my life. You haven't lived not one experience that I've experienced to get me to where I am now today. So I don't need you talking about anything that's about me. Because I know at the end of the day, I know that you don't even know who you are. You don't know what you are. You don't know what your family is. You don't know what your pastor is. You don't know what your boss is. You don't know what your child is. You don't know what a tree is. You don't know what a fish is. You don't know what a bird is. You don't know what a lion is. You don't know what a desk is. I'm going to even go deeper for you. A lot of y'all think that metal don't exist. It don't have life, right? Because it don't breathe like you, because it can't see like you, because it can't hear like you. Well, let me ask you something. If metal, iron, let's go deep. If metal, iron, these are things that we use in our house, right? If it doesn't have life to it, or if it's not existing to where it has a spirit to it, then how could it die? How could it rot? How could it rust? What transition was that it just went from being that perfectly fine metal to rusting? What is rusting? What is decaying? Yeah, man, let's go deeper. Let's go deeper, right? Let's go even deeper, right? You think you are the only you that there is, right? So let me ask you something. How do you breathe? Anybody? How do you breathe? You don't even know how you breathe, but your body does it. You don't even know how you breathe. But you think you're smart. You think you're intelligent. You think I'm the dumb one. You think I'm this. I'm right. But I can ask you a simple question about yourself. And you've been here all this time. Thank you. Everything has a vibration. Everything has life. Everything has frequency. Everything has spirit. Everything has feelings. And until you start respecting everything that was not created by man, we're going to continue to get punished the way we do. Period, man. This is karma, y'all. This is a universal law of attraction. You attract that. You run around using everything that you can, just not giving no respect to it. You look at a bird, oh man, look at that bird. This. You don't want to learn nothing about the bird. You don't want to. A lot of us think we're smarter or more intelligent than these creatures. Okay, did you teach a bird how to build a nest? Did you teach a bird how to hunt for the worms that it hunts, or whatever it hunts for? Do you teach a spider how to build a web? Do you even know what a web is for? Oh, it's just an amusement park for them, right? They're not protecting the flowers that help you breathe on a consistent basis. See, we think spiders are bad because we only look at the negative. We only look at what America told us to think about things. You know why? Because you live in a death culture. Death. You can't tell me we don't live in a death culture. We only praise death people. We only remember deaf people. We only honor dead people. That's it. A lot of people gonna look at me like I'm crazy right now. But 20 years later, if this video still exists, I guarantee their grandchildren or their children find it, and I guarantee it'd be everything they wish they would have heard from you. See, a lot of people don't realize this take courage, man. To stand in front of a bunch of people that you know programmed, to stand in front of a bunch of people that you know gonna judge you, to stand in front of your friends and your family and to know they're gonna start looking at you different. Why? Because you are beginning to become you. You are learning to stand on your own. You are learning to fend for yourself. See, I know one thing. The Creator brought me here with other beings, of course, but at the end of the day, I got to fend for myself. A lion can't look around like, oh, God, help me when they're in the jungle. They got to fend for themselves. A fish can't look around when a shark coming like, oh, God, help me. They got to fend for themselves. A deer can't look, oh, God, a hunter's coming. No, see, everything got to fend for itself. Yet you think God cares about you so much that it's going to protect you more than it protect any other creature on this earth. You really don't think you have to Fend for yourself? Think for yourself? Vibe for yourself? Are you real? Be real, man. Let's lose this illusion, man. Because you wouldn't be scared of death unless somebody told you it was something bad about it. So what are you scared of? Let's go deeper than that, bro. Let's not even go where only one person can fit in the casket. Why do we look at death as bad, man? It's life. You had to die. The previous you had to die. The previous form of you had to die in order for you to exist in the form that you now exist in. Before you were living as this creature that you were living as, you were once another creature. Your life did not start from death, and death cannot start from life. They're simultaneous. People gonna mourn your death here? Thank you. We are infinite beings. You know, this is how you prove you're infinite beings, right? You think you have a birth date, right? You don't have a birth date. And the fact that you don't have a birth date, understand this, you don't have an end date. You have a transitional stage, yes. Everything has a transitional stage. Everything. It's called evolution. What do you think? We're here to become better. We're here to become greater. Yes, live in peace, exactly. We always live. We always live. It's a portion of your DNA that don't even kick in until you supposedly die, as they call it. They call it junk DNA. Think about that. What is sitting in your body for? What is it waiting on? It know when to kick in. You don't even know it exists. Yeah, it know when it need to kick in. Let's go deeper. Let's keep going deeper. You think you're just you, right? Remember I asked you, how do you breathe? Okay. Let's go deeper than that. You don't control not one cell in your body, yet there are over 1 billion cells in your body. And each one of them are separate, yet they work together. It's like the waves in the ocean. The waves, each wave makes up the ocean. Like the waves have to realize and understand that they are the ocean. You're not separate from the ocean. Without the waves, there wouldn't be no ocean. So you can't look at the big picture right away. The macrocosm is more important or just as important as the microcosm, man, and vice versa. Without one, the other wouldn't exist. We never die. Exactly. Your cells, each one has a life of its own. It knows your cell right now that's flowing through your veins, right? Hold on. Your veins, right? So you got veins. Your cells that are flowing through those veins right now, right? It's like a highway in your body. Where do you think they got the idea from? Some cells travel on the right side going down. Some cells travel on the left side coming up. Where do they get that idea? How do they know? How do they know not to run into each other? You don't control it because you don't tell them what to do. You don't even know what they do. You don't appreciate your cells. You don't even acknowledge that they exist. You think everything else that you can. You think something that everyone else told you to exist, that everyone else told you to think. You don't think what's actually working for you on a consistent basis. You don't appreciate your body the way you should. You don't appreciate your cells the way you should. You don't make boo-boo. Your digestive tract does. You don't tell it to make that. You don't tell it to take away this, and you don't even know the minerals and the things that it's taken out for you. You just go sit on the toilet and do the easy work. Let it out. That's easy. But you ever once think, okay, how does this get done? 70, yeah, true. Think about it, man. You special. You about 1 billion creatures all put together in one. You about 1 billion creatures all put together in one. You got a piece of everything in you. Period. Period. Like you are special. And it's sad that somebody got to tell you that and that you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't blame you. You've been taught self-hate all your life. You've been taught what to think all your life. You've been taught who to like and who to hate. You've been taught who to love and who to date. You've been taught everything. Everything. In order to control you, they first must control your mind because they already know that your mind is not you. Your mind is not you. The inside of your body is not you. And if they can control that part that controls your body, which is your mind, and they just got your body. Period. You sold your own soul. You sold your own soul, man. That's how we sell our soul. That's just the reality of it, man. Because a lot of us don't have the confidence to just say, you know what, man, you don't know shit. Like I said, in order to know everything, you first must know that you don't know nothing. And that way, when you start to learn everything, it becomes fun, because now I'm not learning it whereas I gotta believe this, I'm learning it just to put more knowledge in my mind. So now when I come across a Hebrew, I can speak Hebrew now. You see what I'm saying? I can adapt. I can relate. Because that's the only, you're not going to go to somebody that doesn't relate to you in some form or fashion and be able to hold a conversation with them and go anywhere with that. If they don't relate to you in any form or fashion, man, that's just the reality of it. Yeah, man. Hey, it's deep, man. We was programmed before we came into the world. Man, before. They got to us in the womb. They got to us before we even got in the womb. Like, dude, it's deep. It's deep. And like I said, man, I appreciate it. And I love you, man. Like I said, I love everybody that's tuned in. I'm thankful that everybody is here. I'm thankful that we all able to just connect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all one thing right here. Like he said, you must admit you know absolutely nothing. Unteach yourself. Exactly. In order to learn anything, you must unlearn everything. Because as you unlearn everything, you'll learn everything throughout the process of unlearning everything you thought you knew. But see, this is where the adult aspect of life come in. We think it's about age, and being an adult is being able to come back and say, you know what? I know I told y'all this just a week ago, just 2 days ago, whatever. But guess what? I'm able to admit that I was wrong. I was wrong. If I can admit that I was wrong, without having to worry about any backlash, without having to worry about any disrespect coming from my own people, being judged by my own people, and instead of everybody acknowledging, damn, we all in the same boat, because none of us know nothing. The only thing we know that's honest is things we know about other people. You can't speak for no tree. You can't speak for no creature. You can't speak for anything that has never spoke to you. Because you're lying on it. You're just lying. And if y'all claim y'all follow commandments, but you out here speaking everything another man said, then you just broke a commandment, bro. You just lied. You just lied. Do not bear false witness. What do you think that means? You falsely witnessed that, okay, like a lot of y'all think we got dominion over the animals, right? You say God gave us dominion over the fish. Now I'm going to ask you an intelligent question. What the hell is a fish? I ain't never heard no fish say it was a fish. So you can go teach me and give me a picture and say, well, fish is these. These are fish. But you just led me to slaughter something that I never really had permission to slaughter. You gave me permission to believe I was above something that I never really was above. I'm equal to it. We supposed to be here together. I don't have dominion over nothing. How can you have dominion over something else when you don't even know yourself enough to have dominion over you? You're a liar. You're a liar. See, a lot of us lie. They hate. Yeah, punch, man, right, man. They hate hearing the truth, man. They hate it. They hate it. I'm telling you right now, people hate the truth. People hate the truth, and you know why? Because it makes them have to go back to square one. It's a lot of people that came into this conscious information, right? They started as a Christian, they started as a Muslim, they started as a Catholic. Then they got further into something like the Moors or the Hebrews or something. Then they found some things in it that it just didn't sit right. So they kept getting deeper. They kept getting deeper. And then they found some more that they didn't. So they say, okay, now I'm done with this. So now let me start finding out. Because listen, let me tell you something right here. There's history. Then there's prehistory. And then there's no story. There's history, there's prehistory, and then there's no story. Once upon a time, there was no time. See, yeah, we brainwashed. Yeah, listen. There is no death. There is no life. There's just only existence. There's only awareness. There's only consciousness. Are you aware that you're living right now? Are you aware that you're alive right now? Are you aware that you don't have to go to work in the morning? That's something you choose to do. So don't stress yourself out about something that you choose to do. Or you're aware that you don't have to go to your friend's birthday party this weekend if you got whatever obligation you set yourself to. You do not have to do none of that. You choose to. That's your choice that you made. And a lot of people say, well, how are we going to live if we don't got money? Did people just started living when they had money? Because it took a man to create money. So do you not know how to live off anything that actually was created by the creator? Do you only know how to live off something a man created for you? Are you that dependent? Yes. No need to ask. Yeah, everything feeds off each other, man. And it's balancing itself out. All these ignorant humans going to be the first to go. Think about it. Animals do their job. Roaches, yeah, I hate roaches, right? But they show up when you a mess. They show up when you leave your stuff dirty. So blame yourself. Don't blame the roach. The roach wouldn't exist if it didn't know that the problem existed. What's the problem? You got trash all around. You should be thanking them. They're not charging you like other people. In order to get a cleaning crew, that costs. But they'll come clean your house for free. You might not like their existence. You might not like the way they look. You might want to squish every last one of them, terminate them all. But they helping your silly butt for free. They showed up and you didn't even have to call them. Should be like, thank you, roaches. They scatter when them lights come on because they like, oh, hell, here come this dumbass person. He gonna squish us because we trying to help this thing. We trying to help this fool. The creator helped. The creator sent us. And this dude trying to kill us because he dirty, because she dirty. Really? Learn them. Don't judge them. You a roach too. There's a lot of people that want to squish you. Just like a bug. It's a lot of people that treat you just like an animal. Let me tell you this, Christy. You say, so I'm the devil because, she says, so I'm the devil because I feel the universe is our God. Well, my thing is this. Why do we make the devil such a bad thing? If God the creator placed both the devil and God inside of all of us, and inside of this world or whatever the situation may be, everything God created was good, right? So even if the devil is doing a lot of negative stuff, it's doing what he was created to do. What makes that bad is following orders. Duality, right? And notice, let's stop blaming the devil. Let's start taking responsibility, because this is our responsibility. Let's start breaking these words down. In order to define truth, you must define the word. Once you define the word, then you look within the word and realize there are more words that actually make up that one word. So now you got to define the words within the words and the meanings within the meanings. See, that's the puzzle. That's the trick. The lie within the lie, the truth within the truth. You got to understand they both comprehend each other. Balance. Thank you. Thank you. So, when you slap somebody, right? That's something Satan would do. That's something the devil would do. He'll slap somebody. He'll just slap somebody for no reason. So when you slap somebody, how are you not the devil? When you gossip about somebody, how are you not the devil? When you vote for these presidents to go bomb everybody's country but yours, how are you not the devil? When you participate in all these holidays, think about it. Halloween just passed. That's a celebration of the dead. How do I know? What do they celebrate? Ghosts. 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 Pumpkin. Scary thing. Ugh. A bunch of people dress up like people they not because they don't know themselves to begin with. That's what it is. Period. Period, man. Period. This is, I don't, listen. I'm not finna say I don't believe in God. I don't believe in the devil. What I'm saying is I believe in myself. And I know that I have a negative side to me that I don't like when it comes out. And I know I have a positive side to me that I love when it comes out. And I know depending on who I get around, you might not get the same Frank you thought or you heard of from somebody else. You might not get the same dude that you see now. You might get the older me. You might get the one back in the day. See, notice I never cared about this life. I never cared. You can go back in my history. My consciousness didn't just start when this wave started. I was conscious when I was 9. I knew everything was wrong. I knew everything. I didn't need nobody to tell me. My experience showed me. See, my experience, I experienced it. I knew something wasn't right. You pull me over because I'm black? That's not right. I don't need nobody to tell me that. I don't need a book to tell me that. I experienced it. Because I know they're not pulling everybody over. Just certain people that look like me. That's it. It is what it is, though, man. It is what it is, man. That's experience, man. You can't tell me about nothing. I can see better than I can hear. Understand that. I can see better than I can hear. Thank you. I don't need nobody to tell me how to live my life. I don't need a president. All these people mad because of the president we got. That should show you just how many people we have in this country that do not know how to be adults, y'all. Oh, I ain't get the master I wanted. Ugh. We didn't get the big races. We got the biggest races. They both racist. You were screwed either way. You were screwed with every other president you had. So why is this such a big deal to you? Have you not experienced what having a president is like all your life? Some people just don't think, man. They don't think. They don't think. I don't care who the president is. This same system, and I stand on this. This is the same system. I don't care who face is in front. This is the same system that made it legal for them to lynch us. This is the same system that made it legal for them to enslave us. This is the same system that made it legal for them to rape us. This is the same system that made it legal for them to cut our balls off. This is the same system that made it legal for them to allow us to breastfeed their babies. This is the same system. That's it. Whoop-de-doo. And people say, well, it's going to take time. You got to vote. You got to get people in office so things change through time. And you think I need somebody else to tell these cops to stop killing us? How about y'all just give them some consequences? It's just that simple. A cop does what he does because he has no fear of any consequences. He knows he's going to get off. Why? Notice this. Why do we not have a bunch of black cops killing white people? And I'm not saying go do it. But why do we not have to worry about them complaining about cops the way we do? They're actually in defense of the cops. Why? Because they know they kill niggas. They closet racistness is just coming out the peephole. They used to look like this out the peephole. Now that Trump and all this kind of like, yeah, we here. We been here. Now they bold. They always felt this way, man. And you want to know what's funny? You always felt the way you felt. You just scared to let it loose. You were scared to become you. I'm going to tell a lot of y'all something. A lot of y'all know that something ain't right. And a lot of y'all are not uncomfortable in this world because you've been here before this lifetime. People say, how do I know that? Prove that. People always say, prove that. Ain't nobody, like I said, a bird ain't never proved that it was a bird. Yet you still believe it's a bird because another man said it's a bird. But you want me to prove everything. All right, right, because you don't respect me. It's cool. Like I said, when people think you unintelligent, when people stop, man. And I don't even like to bring this up because I know it means nothing because I know the school system is a hoax. I was rated within the top 10% of the smartest kids in the country graduating around 2005. So let's not stop. Let's not go there with who's smart and who's not. I didn't graduate from school. I defeated school. That's a difference. A lot of people feel like they graduated because that means you feel like you had something to learn from them. I feel like, no, I didn't learn nothing from them. I defeated all their lies. And I realized what the truth was. And I saw the programming. I saw the systematics. I saw the schemes. You see what I'm saying? I saw everything. A lot of people, this is how you catch them. A lot of people, they love believing in lies. A lot of people, you ask them, did Christopher Columbus find America? They say, of course not. So if you know that that's a lie, why do you not go deeper into, okay, well, what else are they lying about? Why do you stop there? And give them the benefit of the doubt like they couldn't be lying about everything that they're teaching you. Like the whole school just can't be a bamboozle wink to keep you just occupied so you never find out who you are, what you are. You never find out how special you are. You always just learn to be a part of this system. You learn to be an American instead of learning to be a being that you don't even know exists. We are more powerful, man. We are more powerful. Yeah, still ain't learning nothing. How do you know that they ain't learning nothing? Because they sending their kids back to learn something that they think that they didn't catch, Mike. They downplay themselves and they feel doubtful. They feel like, well, I didn't catch it, so maybe my child gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? So they think that there's still something left. It's like crack. It's like gambling. You're gonna keep paying your money, right? And since you won about $500, you're gonna bet the whole $500 on your next roll, and then you're gonna lose it all. Then you broke. That's what gambling is, man. You gambling with these people. In gambling, the house always wins. Notice that. The house always wins. You will never win against the system that was created before any of us was even created itself. You will never win. Right. Man. So I don't like when people say they open-minded, right? Because I always tell people I don't like talking to closed-minded people. They make the conversation harder because I'm going to go deep. And I'm going to go deep and you're going to tell me what you're going to believe. And I'm going to shatter all that real quick. I asked them hiding questions, like, forget my language, but people think them high. When you get high and you start asking, like, is the sky really the sky? You know what I'm saying? Like, who told us a wall was a wall? You know what I mean? Did the chicken or the egg come first? You know what I mean? Let's get even deeper with it. Did the president or the vote come first? Did the first president just say, okay, we're going to start voting from here. This is how we're going to pick them? Or did the vote come first? Or did the president come first? See, it's all about what a person wanted. We are living the way somebody else told us to live. We are not living naturally. We are not living naturally. We are the most dependent creatures on this earth. We're the most dependent, not independent. A lot of people think they're independent. I'm out dependent. They are dependent. And you got to always ask questions, right? Even question God. See, a lot of people scared. See, they got that fear, right? They fear to question God. Well, let me ask you something. How could you fear something you love? Your God wants you to fear you, right? Did the real God say fear you, or did a book say fear God? How can you fear something and love something at the same time? I don't have to fear you to respect you. If I love you, I'm going to respect you just because of that love. See, there's a love there and a respect level that I'm going to have for you because I love you. But when you fear something, you eliminate. Fear is the complete opposite of love. Y'all, it's polarity. Up, down, in, out. Right eye, left eye. Right nostril, left nostril. Top lip, bottom lip. And a lot of people will say, well, this all the same. Okay, do this. Put your hand in front of your eye right now. Actually, just extend your hand out in front of you, right? And I want you to close your right eye or your left eye, whichever one, and look at what you see in front of you. And then close the other eye. You'll see that the actual dimension change. It's not you don't see the same picture you saw to this side and this. So that shows you they actually work on two different scales. What balances the focus out? That eye right in the middle of both of these two that's actually giving you the picture, because you are not seeing out of these eyes. You are seeing from a reflection of the light that is transformed within your head. It is thank you. It's false evidence appearing real, right? It's like a projection screen, right? You know, you got the projector that's sitting up there, and then you got the wall where you actually see the picture of it. Well, right, that's your body. Your projector is up here. Your eyes, that's the screen. You're seeing what's being projected through the screen. You're not really seeing what you are seeing. You're seeing what you are taught to see, because you have to put a disc. You have to put a program into the actual projector to project something. If not, it's just going to be a blue screen. Right? Think about it. A lot of people be like, man, your eyes closed. Your eyes never close. You have eyelids. They're like the lids. They're like blinds that you have for your window. Notice, y'all, everything that they built in this world was built off the manufacturing of your body, including your house. Your house has that crown on top, right? Every house has a window. Remember, the eyes are the windows to your soul. Your windows have blinds. Look, I just closed my blinds on y'all. I'm tired of this light. I'm tired of it. But my window never closed, though. My eyes don't close. I just closed the lid on it, but I can still see. If I did like this and do this, I can still see the actual shadow of my hand waving in front of my face, because my eyes have never closed, and I was never looking through these eyes to begin with. I still see that reflection. Like everything has an opposite, man. Everything has an opposite. And just because everything has an opposite don't mean you don't have them opposites. Remember, let's go here, right? Let's go to the Bible, right? Let's stop with the thou shalt not kill. Let's stop with the thou did. Let's stop with all that. Let's go to this. If thou shalt not kill, then why is there the circumstance of there's a time to heal and there's a time to kill? Okay. How do you balance that out of knowing when there's a time to heal and there's a time to kill? Because the Bible also says that. It says you don't supposed to hate nobody, right? The Bible says love your enemy, right? But it also says, I think it's in Ecclesiastes, there's a time to love and there's a time to hate. So how do we know when that time is? Or are we supposed to just be null and stupid and naive our entire lives? It's a scripture that say turn the cheek when somebody, and it's another scripture that say eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Do unto others as you want done to you. Come on, man. That's when you got to start looking at nature instead of looking at what another man created for you to read and understand. What animal species, because we ignorant, what animal species, whatever we want to call it, allows anybody to just walk in their domain and tell them how to live, tell their children how to live, take their Bible anywhere they want to go? I mean, I will say this. I'm not going to say that the Bible is not real. Because I've used the Bible to uplift a lot of people. See, you have to use the lies. See, it's a lot of lies in the Bible, but there's also some truth in it. But it's more to it than just that. And since our people are so brainwashed into the Bible, it's best to, instead of ditching the Bible, let's learn it. Let's learn the truth in the Bible. So therefore, when we see people just walking around believing everything the Bible says, we know the counterverse, because for every verse, there's a counterverse. Remember, it's polarity. Remember, you can't say thou shalt not kill, because I'll pull up the verse, there's a time to heal and there's a time to kill. I'll pull up verses where God sent people to kill. The same God that supposedly said thou shalt not kill. So either we talking about different gods or there's some lies in there, right? Think about it. So there's some mythology in the Bible. There's some astrology in the Bible. It speaks about the belts of Orion. Jesus speaks about entering into the age of Aquarius when he talks about you walking. He say enter into a house or something where you'll meet a man bearing a pitcher of water, right? He's talking about a pitcher of water, right? That's the Aquarian age. And he said, follow him into the house. Now, we supposed to be following you, Jesus. Why are you telling me follow somebody else into the house where he entered? Because they call ages what we live in houses. They used to call them houses back then because it's the age. We're housed in this age. Right now, we are in a certain age and we have to stay here. We can't just surpass the age. We have to live within it. And he also speak about feeding people with 2 small fish. And notice they got a lot of the small fishes as people's they got like emblems that people got it on cars and bumper stickers and stuff. The fishes that say Jesus in it. That's the Pisces sign. They're talking about the age you are in. It's not about necessarily physically seeing a man Jesus. Just like when we picture Jesus speaking, right? This is how they teach you what to think versus how to think. They tell you Jesus is a man, right? But if you learn how to think versus what to think, you'll start learning Jesus was actually the Son of God, not the Son of God. Notice what I just said, right? See, you don't have no paper in front of you. So you're not learning from another man. You're learning from the Spirit. The Spirit speaks the word. And the word was God, and the word was with God. And the word in the beginning was the word, y'all. Is the word. Listen to me. He's the Son of God, not the Son of God. How do you know if I walked up to you and said, like I said, S-O-N or S-U-N? How do you know? Because I see a lot of men, right? Let's say Jesus was a man. I see a lot of men that look just like me that could have looked just like Jesus, right? But God made this one man special, the only begotten to walk the earth and all these other things, right? Yet if he's special, why does he look like everybody else? Why does he look or come in the form of everybody else? But I know that there's only one, bingo, there's only one S-U-N. It's only one. It's only one. God didn't create a bunch of them. God created one of those. And see, we think the sun set. Why? Because the Bible said and a bunch of books say it. But the sun does not set. When the sun leaves our circumference, the western region, it goes to the eastern region. And it what? Gives life to them. So it never sets. It's always doing its job. See, we the only ones that take a break. We the only ones that got breaks. We the only ones that go to sleep. We the only ones that feel like they ain't, man, I'm bored today. We the only ones that feel like it ain't nothing that we need to be doing on a daily basis. We the only ones. The moon, it changes phases. It goes from a full moon to a half moon to a quarter moon to the point where it just disappeared. That's working. That's work. You can't tell me the sun ain't the Son of God. Let me tell you something. If I never see this so-called Jesus that existed again, I'm pretty sure my life is going to be fine. But if that S-U-N never rolls, if it never rolls again, not only will I die, every life form on this planet would die. Think about that. I am the light. I am the truth. No one comes to the Father but through me, except through me. It walks on water. Thank you, MG. It walk on water. When you see it, let's go back into the ancient days. Let's picture seeing this sun, right? This sun just set. We don't have street lights. America didn't give us street lights back then. So let's stop thinking like that. We didn't have porch lights. We didn't have night lights. So when that sun set and we in the woods, right? We in the forest, right? We're around all these creatures, right? We're around all these so-called birds, so-called lions, so-called snakes, so-called monkeys, and all these other things y'all claim exist. All these other creatures that you don't understand. They don't fear for their life. You are going to fear for your life, though. You going to fear for your life. If you got to sleep around animals, boy, when that sun rises that next morning, the first thing going to come out your mouth is, thank you, God. You see how proud they was to see the sun back then? It's not that they worshiped the sun. Nobody worshiped the sun. They wasn't stupid. They knew how important the sun was. And if the sun was that important to them, they equated that to the fact that the sun clearly must be that important to God if it made it the one and only true sun. And when they saw it disappear, they claimed that it died. The sun died and it went to the underworld. And when they saw it rise the next morning, they say, oh my God, the Son of God has once again risen. He has risen. It brought heat to the world. It'd be a cold world. Let's listen to the terms we use. Them universal terms are for a reason. It'd be a cold world if that sun never rose again. Do you really want that? Since you think the sun not important, you think it exists without the sun? You think so? You got a sun inside your body, little do you know, and that sun is directed off the sun that is within the sky. And you think just because the sun is gone that it's done working? No, it's working on you from a distance. The sun know how to talk to you from 1 billion miles away, because miles don't exist. That's just what men use as a way to measure what they assume the distance is between point A to point B. That doesn't mean that miles exist. That was just an experiment. Notice, experience. That was their experiment to see just how far away is something. Because they wanted to know. Couldn't guess. They start taking steps. And they documented the steps they took. But you can't take no steps towards the sun. So I don't want to see no scientific data about how far away the sun is, or how close the sun is, or how big the sun is, or how hot the sun is. Because you ain't got close enough to touch it. You ain't got close enough to do nothing. You can't even look at it long enough without going blind. Stop. It don't want to know you. If it did, it would talk to you. And it does. Through signs, it does. It doesn't speak English. Sorry. It doesn't. God does not speak English. That's just a reality. God does not speak in any language necessarily. I'm gonna tell you this right now. God speak this. I'm gonna show you something that's very subliminal. God speaks like this. If you really want to find out how God speaks, you ever saw Transformers? Notice that movie about fallen angels. You ever saw Transformers? You remember the dude Shia LaBeouf? His Bumblebee car, right? His Bumblebee car. Now, his Bumblebee car never had a mouth of his own and never spoke. But the Bumblebee car, every time it had a reaction or had a feeling or an emotion, it spoke to him by using its radio frequency. Notice, radio frequency. And it would take a clip from a movie. Just a small clip. It don't need the whole movie. So you're supposed to take bits and pieces because there's truth and lies and everything. It take a clip to where it say, oh man, you're not. And then it might have to take another clip from another movie. Or another radio show, and it uses all these different voices, and it uses all these different people and all these different things that has happened in time, and it uses it to create the actual picture it's trying to paint for you, because a picture says 1,000 words. I don't care what you say. A picture says 1,000 words. Because you don't understand what that person was interpreting when they said or showed you what they showed you. You understand what I'm saying? It says 1,000 words, man. We gotta stop doing that. The Creator might use your vacuum cleaner to wake you up about something because it has control over everything. Because your vacuum cleaner is alive, not just when you plug it up. Your vacuum cleaner don't die when you unplug it. It's basically in a coma state. It's basically in a state of hibernation, like a bear, basically. It's just not at work right now. But it's going to be charged up again. Just like your phone. We say our phone died. Your phone don't die. If your phone died, it wouldn't be able to turn on again. It wouldn't be able to power up again. Just needs charging. That's all. Just like your body. Let's go deeper with this. Let's go deeper. Since we're on energy, right? Let's talk about your spirit, right? Your spirit is so powerful, right? And your body can't even contain it to the point where every time you go to sleep, it's because your spirit has to get out of this body. It has to go roam. Notice we got roam and realm. It has to go roam because it got tired of being in America. It got tired of dealing with racism. It got tired of dealing with ignorant people that just don't want to open their mind. It got tired of all these program people. It got tired of dealing with this program. So it said, I'm going to put this avatar to sleep. You are an avatar and you have one. I'm going to put this avatar to sleep and I'm about to go have some fun in the dream world because you don't think your dreams are real. Says who? Another man. Oh, that makes it true. People call me a human. Who told you were a human besides another human? How do you know you're a human? How do you know? Who proved it? Besides you believing it, if another man never came up to you with the word human, what would you be calling yourself? You would be waiting for another man to tell you you are something that you are not. That's it. Because you're too ashamed to step out there and seem crazy. Boy, people been calling me crazy since I was 10. So what? So what? Because I know they don't want to know what I think about them. And see, I know that there's a devil in me and I know that there's a God in me. So I'll be having to use the God side of me to just, you know what, Frank? Hold your peace. See, the technical term, hold your peace. I got to hold it. Because sometimes peace don't necessarily mean quiet. Sometimes peace don't necessarily mean polite. Sometimes peace don't necessarily mean passive. We get it confused. There's a good peace and then there's a bad peace. There's a good and then there's a bad good. There's a bad and then there's a good bad. There's polarity to everything, you all. What, for example, for a lot of people that's just like, man, this dude just talking out this dude. Man, your dream's more real than this reality. I'll tell you that right now. Right now, I'm sleep talking and I can acknowledge it. I'm happy because I can't wait to go to sleep. In whatever world I wake up in, I can't wait to talk to whoever I'm talking to, and I can't wait to experience that life with them, and I can't wait to bring something back, just like I've always done. Always. When people ask me, well, what books, a lot of people ask me, what books have I read? How do I know all this? And a lot of people discredit me because I can't really reference a bunch of books. It's hard to tell somebody I learned from experience. You're just going to have to take my word for it. I'm not asking you to believe it. I'm asking you to take your time to experience it. Research it. Think about it. Ponder on it. I don't care if you believe what I say. I don't care. I don't believe nothing no human being says at all. I don't care. Trust me. We're in the same boat. I just know that this is a lie. You have yet to accept that. See, learning is fun when you know that what you're learning already is a lie. Everything a man ever even the scriptures say, right, let every man be a liar and let God be true, right? So if God is true and every man is a liar, then everything that a man has said is a lie, according to the Bible. Because God never said none of that. A man did. A man did. You got to go within. Thank you. We was born and pre-encoded. You think you need a book to know how to live right? Name another creature on this earth that needs to read a book to know how to live right or wrong. Name one besides humans. And we still the only creatures on this earth that's fucked up. Excuse my language. We still the only ones that still don't know what the hell we're here for, what the hell we're here to do, what's left. Oh my God, we're gonna die. We can't do this. We can't do that because someone else. We the only ones like this. We the only ones like this. Yet come on, man. And I can prove that your spirit you were born with this intelligence. You were born. You go to the club. A man start talking to you or a woman start talking to you, right? You start feeling like, man, this vibe ain't right. I need to get away from this brother. He too drunk or she too drunk. Cool. That's your spirit. Like, I know this fool. Get away from this fool. This fool ain't right for you. That's telling you right, your own energy. You didn't have to know the person. Your energy did. Your energy sensed it. And then you get around certain people where it's like, damn, I feel like I've known you forever. Or I feel like we've known each other forever. Or man, y'all could just have these conversations that just go deep and deep and deep and deep and deep. And it just goes deeper and deeper. And you can't even talk like this to your own mama, your own daddy, your own brother, your own sister, your own cousins. You know why? Because, I mean, they might be relatives, but that don't mean they can relate. Remember, it's all about relativity. That's who your family is, man. Like, just because I was born in the dynamics of the family, in my direct family I was born in, doesn't mean I'm not connected with all these other people who are born into their families. Because if I go back one generation, I got two parents, right? If I go back two generations, I got four parents. If I go back three generations, I got what, 8 parents. By the time you get to the, I think 15 to 16 generation, you got over 8,000 parents. And y'all telling me we was all just Hebrews? Y'all telling me we was all just Christians? Y'all telling me we was all just, stop. We was all just Muslims. We was all, stop. We was all just Moors. We was, stop. People say I got Indian in my blood. No shit, Sherlock. Duh. You got 8,000 something parents just within your 15th generation. And everybody from the first you that there ever was is still in your blood. So you can't just go back 15 generations. You got to go back way before you even realize we were here. And realize their blood is still living within you. You are still a part of them. Because without them, if you take away your great grandma, you wouldn't exist. So you can't take no pieces of the puzzle away. Because they are the reasons why you are here today. All of them. All. When you learn your history, you don't learn it from an objective perspective. You don't read your history like, oh man, that's messed up how they did the slaves back in the... No. You don't sit there like, oh, well, since they don't have a name, or I don't know personally that my great-grandfather or my great-grandmother got raped or really went through this, that it just didn't. No, start reading it subjectively. They're in your spirit. When I see them pictures, I don't need nobody to tell me their name. They talk to me. They talk to me. Just as soon as I see the picture, I'll be like, oh my God. Oh my, when you see some of that, oh my God. You read some of these stories that they try hiding and that they'll never teach you. Oh my God. Oh my God. You don't need to know which name. I don't need to know that, oh, my Thurgood Marshall III got raped when he was 48 on the date of April 12th, 19, just to know they existed. I don't need to know none of that. I know they existed. And I know that I got thousands of parents. And I know that they lived during the time where this shit was going on. So I'm pretty sure they weren't able to dodge it. All of them. Not saying all of them went through it. But remember, there's polarity. Some did. Some didn't. You can't tell me my ancestors wasn't raped. I'm light-skinned. Nigga, I got proof. We wasn't always light-skinned. I got proof. I got proof. My mama Indian. My daddy a Negro. According to these other people. But they look just alike to me. Except my mama got a little bit different texture hair. And that's really about it. Does that mean they different? Does that mean they separate people? Does that mean they didn't vibe back then the way they vibe now? Or are you just taking his story and believing everything his story says? The victors wrote his story. Anything you read in English is written by your masters that created that language. Because that text didn't exist until that language did. Let's go back. And people were speaking before English did. So let's not start our history with when the English start existing. Let's not start our history with when the printing press started. You mean to tell me God needed a printing press to get its word to the world? Well, why did it create every last one of us? Why you can hear what a book say and you ain't never met nobody that wrote that book. You ain't never met nobody that published that book. But when I say something about God, I'm the devil. But I'm personally speaking from it. I'm personally speaking for it. I'm a personal representative of it. I have became it. But my word means nothing, right? Right. No, you mean nothing. You got too much self-hate in you. That's why you ain't got no respect for me. And I don't care. It's cool, man. It's cool, man. It's cool. You don't have to respect me because I know you hate yourself. I don't expect you to love me. I don't expect you to like me. I expect you to look at me like, I don't like that nigga. You ain't gonna know why you don't like me. But I guarantee every reason that you don't was a reason that a European gave you to believe a reason why you shouldn't like your next brother over something. So at the end of the day, I know you're not looking at me from your spiritual eyes. I know you're not looking at me from your intelligent eyes. I know you're not looking at me from the Creator's eyes. You are looking at me from European eyes. Don't tell me you love yourself and you need makeup to be beautiful. Stop. You just made yourself ugly. I don't care how cute everybody else think you are. I'm speaking from the Creator's standpoint. You were perfect the way you was. You didn't need to spend $1. You don't need to spend nothing. You don't need braces. You don't need no hearing aid if you're deaf. You don't need no you don't need none of that, man. The way you were created was the way you were meant to be, because you were meant to touch a certain market. See, it's a spectrum. It's a network. You see, this is a network. Internet. What are we on right now? The internet. You just walked into my world and I'm letting you in. This is my world. Can't nobody else take the credit for this. I can't recommend no books for what I know, because ain't no book teach me this. I taught myself. Period. Even with the insertions of J, like we ain't got to go that deep, right? Let's just look at a 1611 Bible. Let's go back to the 1600s. The dude's name was Lessus, Lesvs. So if there's power in the name of Jesus, where did the power in the name of Lessus go? Where did the power in the name Iosis go? Where did the power in the name Isis go? Where did the power in all these 15 and 20, 30,000 different names the man got go? It just went null and void because we said, oh, we're going to start using this. English found a prettier word for him. That's it. Man, stop. Stop. You think you need to pray to talk to God? God wants you to shut the hell up and just go within. Use your mind. You'll connect in. Plug it up. Plug up the connection. Unplug the matrix. You know how the matrix, they was laid down on the thing and they had to take the little then they woke up. And then they were back in a certain world. You have to take that plug off. Take it off. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They lied to you about who you are. It's okay. Accept it. It's going to hurt. They lied to you about everything they taught you. It's okay. It's going to hurt. Everything you believe is a lie. It's okay. God is not mad at you because of that, because God never said none of that. They did. So that falls back on them. You're not disrespectful to God. You're being more respectful to God by giving it the respect that it deserves. If I didn't, speaking from a godly standpoint, if I did not tell you this, I don't care what somebody else said. It's a lie. That's how God feels. All them people in the Bible, and God said this and God said, well, why God ain't saying none of that today? Why God ain't communicating with none of these creations? It continue to create creations, yet it don't continue to speak? Are you serious? And a lot of us believe that, like I said, a lot of us, man, it's sad, man, it's sick. Our people sick, man. And our people sick because we have a virus amongst us and we don't want to step away from them because they give us good jobs. They give us good health care. They give us good shots. They give us good vaccines. They give us treatments to diseases they created instead of the cures. We love that. We love that. I don't got to grow my own food. I can go to the grocery store. They already did that. Easy. Little do you know, you spend 8 hours a day, right, working for somebody else. You take that money and you go buy to put food in the house for your kids. But you can spend 4 hours a day growing your own food and not need to go to anybody's grocery store nor go to anybody's 8-hour job every day just to have the money to buy the food. But you don't want to think that dependent. You don't want to go that deep. See, it's deep. The rabbit hole get deep. Yet they give us money, right? God never created money. God created the trees that we need, that we take the trees and we create the money with. We think we need everything man-made to live instead of everything God made to live. Yet you believe in God? Stop. You don't even know God. And I know this. I know this. If we all had money and all the trees was gone, because in order for all of us to have money, all the trees have to be gone. And if you're not thinking the fact that everybody deserves money, then you're a selfish being and I don't want to be around you in the first place. But let's think about this. If everybody had money, that's why I don't care about money. I eliminated that out of my paradigm. I know that I get it. I get it. But do I care? No, I'm broke right now. So does that mean I'm lame? Does that mean I'm weak? Does that mean I'm stupid? Does that mean I'm not a hustler? I've helped over 100,000 families be able to feed themselves throughout a 10-year span. How many of y'all have done that? Yet you want to come at me? I've awoken over at least 1 million people through my time span of life because I've been unprogrammed for a long time. And I do this personally. Way before the internet started. I just had to get comfortable with the internet. That don't mean I just start doing this. I've been doing this. You let me take you on a journey, I'm going to take your mind on a journey. And by the time we done with that journey, I'm going to leave your ass in the middle of the desert. And you're going to have to find your way back on your own. That's your experience. But guess what? When you find your way back, you're going to be able to lead somebody else to that desert. And they're going to be able to lead themselves out. And they're going to be able to do it to the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and the next person. And you get the web now. Our only job here is to uplift others. Wake them up. Don't let nobody be dumb. How you going to call me a friend, but you letting these people lie to me? How you going to call me a friend and you going to let me believe a lie? How? A lot of people claim that they believe in God. And they Bible believing Christians and all this other stuff. Well, if you believe in God and you're a Bible believing Christian, my first question is usually, do you go to church? They'd be like, yes. Okay, so what do you feel about Acts? I think it's 7:40. No, it's 7. Acts 7 and Acts 17:48. I think it is, where God clearly says, I'm not in no temples made with hands. And last time I checked, every church building was made with someone's hands. Let's look at the polarity of this. God created you to be its temple. This is what God's doing. Now, I'm going to go from a God perspective, left side. And I'm going to go from a man's perspective, right side, right? This is what God did. God made you its temple. God has a voice inside of here that it can speak to you with. And then it gave you a voice to talk with. God has a nose inside here. God has eyes inside here. God, that's why you can see your past. You can see your future all within your mind. You don't have to walk nowhere. You don't have to ask nobody permission. You can remember something that happened 10 years ago and feel like you just lived it right because you just experienced it again, man. There's no such thing as time, man. You live in your past, your future, and your present out at the same time, simultaneously. At times you are in this world. At times you are in that world. At times you go back to the previous world. At times you go back to future worlds. Back to the future, man. It's the same thing. So let's go. God said, I created you to be my temple. I dwell within you. Greater is he that is within you than he that is within the world. Do you not know ye not that your body is the temple of God and that it dwells within you? And God even said that the new covenant that I make with them is that I will write my laws on their inward parts, and I will place my laws on their mind and in their hearts. So what the hell is these laws in this Bible? Man-made commandments and doctrine. You can't tell me it's not because a man wrote it. You basically a hypocrite. You think God made a law for us to rape somebody and just give the daddy 50 shekels? You think God would want your daughter to marry the man that raped her? That's a law that's in the Bible. Like, dude, stop. So God created you to be a temple. God created you to speak for it. God said, I created you in my likeness and image. Okay, so now let's go to the man-made thing. We got these temples that man created. Who the hell is that a temple for? They say it's for God. Right? But I see a lot of evil. If you notice, the most evil people on the planet are the religious people, are the people that believe in hell, are the people that believe in the devil, are the people that believe in so-called God. Those are the most evil, hypocritical people in the world. The Bible goes against every holiday, yet every church damn near upholds every holiday. Why? Because their government do. The government is God. They are a part of the government. That's why they get tax exemptions. Whenever the government's giving you a tax exemption, it's because you're doing them a favor. And I'm speaking about the same government that enslaved us. I'm speaking about the same government that raped us. I'm speaking about the same government that allowed these cops to kill us and still get away with it. I'm talking about the same government that allowed these schools to continue to lie to your children through their curriculum. I'm talking about the same government that would allow you to get vaccinations and force you to get vaccinations if you want to go to the school, if you want to work for my company, if you want to make my money, you're going to have to take my poison. Period. And it's not going to affect you right away. This is going to be a 10, 20-year thing down the line. So when you die or catch AIDS or catch cancer or catch autism or anything that you catch 10, 20 years down the line, you can't blame them. You know why? Because they put something in you a long ass time ago that was dormant for a nice little time. And it set off when that time was right. And you can't blame nobody but yourself. Because all you had to do was say, man, forget this. Forget this. It's that, forget it. Don't just forget the government, forget the laws. Don't just forget the laws, forget the books. Don't just forget the books, forget the opinions. Don't just forget the opinions, forget your friends. Don't just forget your friends, forget your family. Don't just forget your family, forget your church. Don't just forget your church, forget the words, forget everything. Because then you'll have a blank canvas. Notice, remember J. Cole, this is my canvas. I'ma paint it how I want it, baby. This is my canvas. This is your canvas. You never let nobody else tell you how to live your life. I don't give a damn if he the president. I don't give a damn if he got a badge. I don't give a damn if he your teacher. I don't give a damn if he got a degree. What do you have a degree in? Notice, you have a degree, right? How many degrees you got? Good. That's good. That's good. You learned about that one subject. So you allowed these people to force you to learn one subject when your mind is capable of taking on every subject there is in this world to learn about. And they told you how long to learn it. And they told you and gave basically what you were going to learn. Because it's not like you read the whole book. You read a few chapters out the book. Then you talk about the few chapters that you learn out the book. So really, you didn't really learn shit. You just regurgitated something. But you think you're smart because you got that piece of paper. Oh, they gave me a paper. I'm going to get a better job because of this. Man, more than half of the people I know with degrees working 10, 20, man, 15, $13 jobs. And I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm also not saying it's good either, because why are we working? I don't see no other creature on this planet with a job like ours that gets a paycheck like we do, that don't get scheduled off days like we do. They got to have a dress code, uniform. Notice uni. Remember I told you, in order to know what you're talking about, you break these words down. Uni means one, uniform, one form. Universe, one verse. This is one verse. All of this. And you is just like a wave. Every wave makes up the ocean. I'm going back to this. Every wave within itself makes the ocean would be nothing without the wave. So don't look at the big ocean itself. Notice that every wave is just as important as the next, whether one is bigger or smaller. So you are a universe within a universe that's connected to the universe itself. That's why you can close your eyes and see stars. You got your own stars inside you. You got your own sun inside you. God made you unique, not the letter U, Y-O, unique. You are unique. And when you get a job, you got to learn this uniform. You got to learn this training. Right. What they teaching you? How to be a good little slave. And what's the first thing we judge the men off? He ain't got no job, girl. He a lowlife. He can't do this for me. This. But most of the men that you know with the money are miserable. And they treat you like shit. And they treat on you left and right. We know this. I know more homeless people that are happy with their life than there are millionaires who are actually happy with their life. I know people who got a lot of money and ready to commit suicide right now. Right now. And they got all the money in the world. And I know some homeless people that's going to be waiting on me to come out there consistently and get them a few dollars here and there. And they don't even stay out there for the dollars. They stay out there just because they chilling. They living life. The only time they have a bad day is when somebody drive by thinking they got a life better than them, or thinking that you can go get a job, or thinking that they life better than them in some form or fashion, and they talk down on them. See, them religious folks be the first ones to bring them down. Notice that. You the first ones to talk about them being on the corner. Oh, they not homeless. They just joking. They not serious. They gonna go home. Even if that's the case, that's not your business. You are either gonna be a helpful person or you're not. You are either gonna cheerfully give or you're not. And it's gonna say a lot about your spirit from the jump. I don't care if they lying. My whole country lying to me. I still work with them. My friends lie to me. I still deal with them. My family lie to me. I still love them. So, everybody lying. But I'm going to get mad at the homeless dude for lying, right? And I'm going to continue to be a part of the reason, the thing that holds him down even more, right? Because he a liar. He a liar. Man, shut up. I don't respect a lot of people, man. I don't try to be hard. I don't try to be tough. I don't try to be nothing. Because I know at the end of the day, once again, I got powers inside of me that I don't even know about yet. And I know that they only activate when the time is right. So it's not best to test somebody who's waiting for the limits to be exposed. It's not good, because something might activate. You might see this person become a whole new person. You might see me become a whole new... You don't want to see it, man. You don't want to see it because I don't want to see it. I don't want to hurt you because I'm better than you. I don't want to hurt you because I feel like I'm stronger than you. I don't want to hurt you because I feel like I can beat your ass, all this, shoot you, and all that, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. Not because I feel like I'm better or anything. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove, not to you, not to myself, not to anybody else around me. You think I'm soft? Cool. Try me. Try me. And don't do it in front of people. Try me. Try me in private. Let's get one-on-one. You got to do it for the people, though. You got to make sure somebody can see it. You got to make sure it's live. You got to make sure somebody recording it. That's how I know you're doing it, because your ego is so low that if you don't bring me down, you're not going to feel good about yourself at the end of the day. You're not, because you don't know how to keep yourself up. Period. I don't need to prove nothing to nobody, man. I don't care what you think. At the end of the day, I do me, and I wake up every day with the intentions to do me and with the intentions to learn more about me, because as I learn more about myself, I learn more about others. Let's follow these real commandments, right? You say you follow commandments, right? Well, let's see the first commandment. You place no God before God, right? No God. Let's see what God was really trying to talk to us. I'm going to talk to you as a God. You place no God before God, right? And then you love God with all your heart, right? You love God with all your heart, all your compassion, everything that you have. You don't fear none of that. You just love, right? And then what did God say do? Don't tell me what a man said do. What did God supposedly say do? God said love yourself as you love me. So God just told you to place yourself in the same position as him or it or her. God just told you to love do not love yourself less than you love me. Realize that you are God. If God said I'm within you, if God said greater is he that is within you, if I'm within you, then I'm a part of you. I'm not separate of you. I'm just another portion of you. Genius. 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 Let's break down the word gene, us. Genius. Gen is for the gene, the genes that's within you. The I, every time you see the letter I, it's a representation of actually the word I, because he's talking about the I. Remember, Jacob didn't have his name changed to Israel until he saw God in Peniel. You telling me that there's an all-seeing God, yet God has to ask Jacob, okay, so what's your name? And Jacob say, my name is Jacob. God don't know his name already? And then God changed his name to Jacob. Why didn't God just say, I'm going to just change your name to Jacob? It don't even matter what your name, Jacob. It don't even matter if your name, Jacob. I'm going to just change it. I don't care. So the person that created, the being that created Jacob had to ask Jacob, what was his name? Seriously? Seriously? You think the all-seeing God, dude, be real, man. It's all he trying to lead you to this. When God said, I am that I am, take the words from another man out. Take the book out. I am that I am. Because this I is more powerful than anything on this planet. But you don't understand that, which is why you downplay your I. And you downplay your God that's within you. You think it's evil because you're scared of yourself. That's why you fear God, and you also fear yourself in the same token and don't even know it. And as you fear yourself, you fear everybody else out here. You just don't want it to show. That's why you're going around trying to act like a bully. That's why you're going around trying to talk about people. His shoes this, his shoes that. We base the come up off wearing racist ass brands that don't care nothing about us, not gonna do nothing for our community. Yet when a nigga got on some Gucci or Prada or whatever this case may be, we think he doing it. I'd rather be in a white t-shirt and a hoodie, a blank hoodie with no brand on it, the rest of my life before I give anybody some free promotion. Anybody. They get them celebrities, them clothes for free, they wear it and promote it, and your ass go out and buy it so you can look like the celebrity. You see the cycle now, genius? They playing you, man. They playing you. And you can't blame the celebrities. They getting paid. Don't hate on somebody else that's eating. Just do you. Like Pac said, peep game. Peep game. Don't listen to what they tell you. Peep game. Experience. Y'all. That's what life is about, experience. I don't hate nobody. I'm not mad at no. Do your thing, brother. I'm going to learn from you. I don't care what type of background you got. I'm going to take the good from you, and I'm going to leave the bad. I learned a little bit from every single person that's commenting on her right now. I learned a little bit from every single person that has liked one of my statuses, that has shared one of my statuses. I've learned a little bit of something from everybody that has sent me an inbox. I learned a little bit of something from anybody. I learned something from everybody. Everything, everybody. And when I say everybody, I don't just mean everybody by every person. I say everybody because a roach has a body, because a tree has a body, because a paragraph has a body, because a star has a body, because the sky has a body, because this earth has a body. You see how long I can keep going? I learn from everybody. I didn't say every person. I said everybody. Every. Thank you. Oscar, man, I miss you. I ain't gonna lie, man. I knew that dude from, man, like I said, we used to play football together back in high school, man. And he was one of them people that I could talk to like this, and he wouldn't look at me wrong. He wouldn't look at me strange. You see what I'm saying? He wouldn't look at me like, man, this dude tripping. He would look like, bro, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because I see his eyes kind of be like, And it's just like, okay, he probably think I'm crazy as well. Let me just stop here. You got to know your limits with certain people. He never limited me, man. That's why I can say that, man. I don't care how nobody feel about that. I love my people. I love my people. I don't have cousins. I have either brothers or sisters, one mother, one father physically, one mother, one father spiritually, and I have one creator that's both male and female, everything in one. You can't tell me that my creator is just a man. You can't tell me that my creator is just a woman, because my creator can't create nothing that is not already is. The creator cannot create something that is minute or minus of. Keep that in mind. Everything comes from no thing. Everything comes from nothing. No thing. Everything. Everything. Before there was anything, there was no thing. You get it? Things. It's just things, man. Just we make it more complicated than it needs to be, man. We make life more complicated than it needs to be, man. I was hoping I'd spread some peace. I was hoping I'd spread some intellect and outellect. I was hoping that I would spread some information and outformation. I was hoping that I would really uplift somebody during this video, man. And I mean, I could keep going, but my phone keeps telling me it's about to die soon. So there's no point of forcing the conversation. I'm going to be back, of course, for a whole lot more. But what I will say is this. If you got any questions, now's the time to ask. I'm just going to kind of just make this a time to just, if you got any, there's no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. There's no such thing as put it like this. You might not like the answer I'm going to give you once you ask me that question and I answer it. But all I can say is that I'm being truthful and I'm being honest. And that's all you should want me to be at the end of the day. And you should respect that. Even if we don't have the same views, even if you don't agree, even if you disagree, you should know how to be man enough or woman enough to agree to disagree and leave it at that and respect it. Because I guarantee, once you sit and ponder on it, see, that's when you're really going to be learning it. You just don't know it. Once you sit and ponder on it, whew, it's going to hit you. It's going to hit you. See, thank you. A lot of us stay enlightened and outlightened. You see what I'm saying? A lot of us don't know, man. Whew. This world will drive you crazy. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing to do is be you. You see what I'm saying? Do I believe in chakras? Of course. I don't believe in the word chakras. You know what I mean? Because it's an English word and it's something that another man wrote, of course, and created. But what I'm saying is this. I believe that what they were using or trying to explain by telling you what a chakra was does exist within your body. And they do have the functions that they have within your body. But they had to create a language in order to explain something to you. Because if the word don't exist to a lot of people, then that thing doesn't exist necessarily. We don't notice anything a lot of times unless we got a word to it. So a lot of people probably wouldn't even be trying to seek within themselves, because it's a lot of people that will be sitting there basically like, man, I don't know what that is. A lot of us scared to say, I don't know. Our child asks his mommy, daddy, what's this? Tell them you don't know. Be real. Because they spirit probably going to take them on the journey, and they might come back and tell you the answer the next day. Yeah, shock. Man, listen, shock was real. Meditation, real. Third eye, real. Voodoo, real. Magic, real. It's not. And notice this. People think it's just evil. Remember what I said. It's polarity. You got a good voodoo, you got a bad voodoo. I can use my voodoo to curse you, or I can use my voodoo to bless you. It depends on you and the way you talk to me. And don't get mad at me and call me evil if I put a spell on you. If you coming at me telling me I'm going to go to hell and all this extra, and you don't even know me. You don't even know me. But you judging me? Oh, you want to play? You better be careful who you play with. I don't got to put them hands on you. I put them, boy. I'm gonna leave it. Man, it's a good magic and it's a bad magic. You telling me a man doing a card trick for some kids, pulling a dove out, is evil? He's bringing excitement to the kids. Now, am I saying that there are magicians that do evil things with it? Yes. Do I believe in prayer? I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I used to pray. That's why I even got mad at Jesus at one point in time. The nigga never answered none of my prayers because I don't pray for money. I don't pray for cars. I don't pray for my bills to get paid. I don't pray for things that I can do for myself. I pray for oppression to stop. I pray for white supremacy to end. I pray for school to stop lying to us. I pray for all these real things that are still never yet to be answered for me. So no, they are not. And that's from my experience. But meditation is real. See, We speak out and we think God is going to hear us, but God likes when we shut up and speak within. Because that's where God is. That's where the Creator is. It's within. Stop talking to everybody. Stop giving your energy to everybody. Save it for yourself. Meditate. Let me break down what prayer is, because they're going to have a definition on prayer in English. They're going to have a Bible definition on prayer, and they're going to have about 4 different meanings. Let me tell you something. Prayer is nothing but thoughts in motion. When you say, God, I want you, God, please help me with my bills, or whatever the case, God, please, I'm going to show you the difference. This is the difference. This is the difference. Prayer is an action, but meditation is also an action, because in order for me to say, God, please help me with my car note, I have to already acknowledge the fact that I need help in my mind with my car note. So although I spoke on it, that doesn't mean that God didn't start working on it automatically when I gave the thought that it's like, oh my God, I need some help. I don't need to say it. God is not sitting next to me. God is not on the phone. I don't need to say it. I feel it. And because I feel it, that inner God in you is going to kick in, and you're going to say, you know what? I need to get up off my ass. I need to get some more of this. I need to get some more of that. Or I need to let this car go and downsize. I need to live within my means. That God is going to kick in and give you the answer to what you need. But are you willing to listen is the question. Are you willing to learn from yourself is the question that you need to answer. That is the question. Question. Quest. Eye on. Let's break these words down. Question. Quest. You're on a quest. Your eye is on. When I question you about something, your mind just went on a journey. So your eye that's within your eye that's within your brain just opened and it went on a journey. I'm going to tell you this. Prayer, like I said, people can pray all they want. Let's find out if it's real, right? Every time a black man get killed in the streets by the cops, right? What do the Christians do? They stand on the streets, they stand in a circle, and they pray to Jesus, right? Has anything stopped? Has anything changed? These men of God, these men that go to church every weekend, these are men that tithe all their money. They do everything they can for God. Is God answering them? Or are we still worth little to nothing to this country? Are we still in bondage? Are we still having to sacrifice every day and work knowing that everybody don't have to? Meditation allows you to go within yourself. That's the only way to talk to God. That's the only way. You can talk all you want, and you can think because you spoke it that it's going to, you don't realize the power is within your mind. It's within your mind, your imagination. That's a nation, right? Notice, it's a nation. Your imagination is real. Your imagination is just as real as this American nation. Just as real as an abomination. You see what I'm saying? It's a nation. When they put these words together, they're not being funny. They're being truthful. Accept it and act on it. Exactly. That's it. Because you become your own God or you become your own devil. You can say, man, I'm tired and I need to lose weight. But if you never get up off your ass, if you never try to eat better, if you never take a walk, if you never do nothing to try to change your weight, you just became your own devil, and the reason why you're going to continue getting bigger and continue having health issues. You can't blame no devil. You can't blame God. You can't blame the food. You can't blame nobody but yourself, because you chose to keep going even once you acknowledge there was a problem. Remember, in therapy, the first step to getting over therapy is what? Acknowledge that you have a problem. Accept that you have a problem. From that point, you can therefore move on and correct the problem. But if you want to be delusional and act like, oh, I'm not big. If you want to be delusional, act like, oh, we're not stupid. If you want to be delusional, act like, oh, we don't act like savages. If you want to be delusional, act like, oh, I'm not insecure. Yet I got all this makeup and all this weave and all this stuff on, and I got my breast out, I got my ass out, I got these high heels on, but I know I'm beautiful. I know see, when you gotta say it and you gotta dress like that, I know you don't feel that way about yourself, baby. Sorry. And I feel so bad for you. I feel so sorry for you. I wish that this system don't exist every time I see somebody like you. Every time I see somebody like me. Because I know it's a lot of children right now who ask their parents questions. I got so many questions for their parents, and their parents are so afraid to ask them. And they tell them wait till they go to school or something to get it answered. They think school can answer something for them that they can't. You could be truthful with your kid. School is just going to tell them a part of the curriculum. And if it's not a part of the curriculum, they're not going to answer it. So you leave your child dumb, null, and void. And you leave them knowing what to think versus how to think, which is the whole moral of the story, the whole aspect of this video, the whole point of this video. See, this is my point of view. Notice, point of view. When people say it's my point of view, that just means basically this is what I read before. So in my point of view, I read this book that said this, so this is why I believe that. And if you never read it necessarily, yeah, basically paint the image they don't need. Man, if I feed you with a bunch of lies, man, listen, America told you nothing but lies. So you're going to go crazy trying to unprogram yourself from all these lies. So that's why I just say let it go now, man. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go, man. Let it all go. Just let it all go. And you're going to learn things as you let it go. Because now you just put yourself on a journey to want to find out more. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Null and void. Exactly. Just like the earth at one point in time was null and void. Right now, you null and void. You can't even tell me what this is. The chest. You call it a chest because another man told you it's a chest. You can't tell me what that is. You can't tell me what's inside your body. Talking about you got boogers. When did a booger ever say I was a booger? You don't know what a booger is. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like I can go deep. I see. Becoming God or becoming God-like or becoming a part of the real consciousness is understanding that you are to speak for the voiceless, right? You are to speak for the unknown. You are to speak for the unspoken for. That's why you were created with the temple and something dwells within you and it gave you a voice. So when I see somebody talking about a bird and they talking about we got dominion over these birds and I'm finna go cook me a bird and do all this other stuff with a bird, I check them. I'm the one that check them because the bird can't check you because you're not going to respect it. You're not going to listen to it. You're not going to give it the gratification of the doubt. You're not going to have none of it. You're going to be like, bird, shut up. You bakar all you want. I don't know what you're talking about because you have your own level of respect for bird and you already feel like you got dominion over that bird. I'm going to give you the respect and I'm going to give the bird the respect and I'm going to question you, bro. You sure you should be doing that? That bird don't look like it want to go through that. I don't even think that bird ever said it was a bird. I don't even think a bird can fly because what is flying? Some of them glide. What is flying? What is that? Some of us levitate. So is that a form of flying? Like, dude, what is it? We can name what they do or what we see them experience or experience seeing them do. But that all I'm saying is this. That doesn't mean what you are saying about it is truth. That's truth. That's true. You just lied on something. And you had ego and confidence within what you lied about. And you never cared to get the respect of the bird to say, man, look, I'm going to respect this bird to just say, I don't know shit about it. I don't even know if it's a bird. Like, and it allows you the time. Now your heart has opened. Now your mind has opened. Now your eyes have opened. Now you want to learn about it. Now you want to understand it. Now you want to study it. Now you want to know, okay, so why did the Creator put this creature? Creation, whatever you want to call it, this thing here, this it. Why did the Creator put it here? And you learn from it. You learn what it does. You learn that it's not here to just feed you. You learn it's not here to just lay eggs for you to have sunny side up biscuits and stuff. Have well done and scrambled up. Stop, man. Stop. And I'm not saying something 100% wrong with that necessarily because there's polarity, man. There's polarity. I'm saying balance it. You can't just eat all meat. You can't just eat all egg. You can't just eat all dead things. You got to eat dead things and live things for real. If you're trying to be a big, strong guy, you probably going to have to eat some meats. Just know you putting some bad stuff in your body because when you put death into your body, it just is what it is, man. And like I said, for them people out there that's scared of death, man, I'm going to give you the same little exercise I give everybody else. Let me ask you something. Does water, what we call water, even though water never said it's water, does water die? Because your body made, like somebody said, 70% water. I mean, I don't feel like our body made with a lot of water, of what they call water, right? Okay, so let's go with this. I'm finna answer that. So, when you boil water, did it die or did it just transform into what? Another form of vapor or something? It just transformed into another energy. It didn't necessarily die. It transformed. Water transformed right in your face. It